Good afternoon, students. And so today I'm going to go over week 4. So I can't believe we're already in week 4 of this English 115 class. So we're halfway done with this class already. Can you believe that? And so this week we're going to go over Tim O Brien's the things that soldiers carry. It's a true story about the Vietnam War, and it helps you understand the burdens that the soldiers carried as they went to war. So I'm going to go over that today. And so Tim O Brien in The Things They Carried was first published as a short story in Esquire magazine in 1986. It would later become a chapter in its book of the same title. Although fictional, in the story, O'Brien draws on his experience serving in the Vietnam War to tell the story of First Lieutenant Jimmy Cross and his men. In the essay published in 1990, How to Tell a True War Story, Tim O Brien wrote, "A true war story is never moral. It does not instruct nor encourage virtue, nor suggest models of proper human behavior, nor restrain men from doing the things they have always done. If a war story seems moral, do not believe it. If at the end of a war story you feel uplifted, or you feel that some small bit of rectitude, moral virtue, righteousness has been salvaged from the larger waste, then you have been made the victim of a very old and terrible lie. There is no rectitude whatsoever. There is no virtue in war. As a rule of thumb, therefore, you can tell a true war story by its absolute and uncompromising allegiance to obscenity and evil." So O'Brien thinks that any kind of war is evil. And if anyone tells you that this war will bring glory and victory to the nation, then that person is telling you a lie. That's what Tim O'Brien is trying to say, that war is terrible. O'Brien also says that war, in his book called The Things They Carry, war is hell, but that's not the half of it, because war is also mystery and terror and adventure and courage, discovery and holiness, pity and despair, and longing and love. War is nasty. War is fun. War is thrilling. War is drudgery. War makes you a man. War makes you dead. These insights from the story's author will frame our discussion questions this week. What biblical symbolism can you find in this story? What do these symbols help you to understand? How do these symbols help you understand more clearly about the story and about how war is hell? In what way does Tim O'Brien's short story, The Things They Carry, tell a true war story according to its author, a Vietnam veteran who has experienced actual war? To answer this question, please be sure to read this story carefully. So that means that this week's essay and discussion is going to be about whether or not what we think about war. Why do we commit war? And what does Tim O'Brien think about war after having experienced the Vietnam War himself? Does he think war is a good moral thing? Is there any moral imperative that makes war a good thing? And what does Jim Cross? What does the name Cross mean? And how does the title, the things they carry, the burden of war that these soldiers, the trauma that they suffered, what does that have to do with Jesus and the burden of the cross? And so what are the biblical implications of Tim O'Brien's story? So that's going to be the crux of this week's discussion. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me at any time. So if you like this video, feel free to subscribe to the Professor H Writing channel. I'm also going to create other videos about this, and I hope that you also watch it. So have a great time discussing the biblical implications of Tim O Brien's work this week.